welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace and I'm the crochet designer over at stitchberryblog.com, and here on the channel I like to share tutorials, vlogs. I have my podcast where I share all about the projects that I work on, and I am a cozy and autumn enthusiast who is usually sipping on coffee. And in today's video, so excited, we'll be crocheting my top that I will be wearing to my first ever fiber festival. And I should do a little disclaimer, technically I have been to a fiber festival, but it was like extremely small, so I'm kind of counting this as my first fiber festival. And something else that I should mention is I accidentally lost the footage for the intro for this video, so I'm actually re-filming it after I've finished the top. Like, I already have it done, so sorry about that. Everything else in the video is the same, so I'm just going to film this and pretend like I haven't crocheted the top. So bear with me, life happens, things happen to stuff, so we gotta redo it. Anyways, because this festival is in August, I wasn't quite sure what the temperatures were going to be, so I decided to crochet a tank top because it could be really hot or it could be really cold, and if it was cold I can easily add layers versus it's a little bit harder to take layers off. I mean, it's not harder, but like, you know what I mean. I would rather crochet the tank top that stays on all day versus like the cardigan that I like take off halfway during the day, if that makes sense. So I wanted to crochet a tank top for this. I also have been wanting to crochet a tank top for quite a while. I've never really crocheted one before. I did do the Flora ruffle top, which is technically a tank top, but it does like, it's almost like a cap sleeve top. So I wanted to crochet an actual tank top, and I've had it in my head to do a crochet ribbed tank top for quite a while. I've seen knit ribbed tank tops all over social media, and so I really wanted to do a crochet version. I have a ribbed pattern that I created a couple years ago that I would like to use for this top, and I'm very excited about that. That is the idea, that is the goal, the vision. I'm planning on making it cropped and fitted. I like cropped tops on my body. I find them to be more flattering for me, and I want it to be a little bit fitted and to have some negative ease. And I want the straps, I don't want super duper thick straps, but also at the same time I want straps that will cover bra straps, so maybe a little bit more than an inch for that. And I would like a nice, I don't know, not square neck, but also not like a super duper round neck, like just a nice neckline as well, nice seamless neckline. And the yarn that I'm using for this, again, I don't have the actual footage of me before using the yarn, so I'm just going to show you the yarn that I have left over. So this is Cascade Yarns Ultra Pima. This is their DK weight. They also have a fingering weight of this yarn. Also, sorry, it is a very cloudy day, so sorry that if this is very like moody and shadowy, we gotta work with what we have. And this is in their olive gray color. And also want to say Cascade Yarns was very generous, and they sent this yarn to me, so thank you so much, Cascade Yarns, for sending me this beautiful color. And this is one of my favorite cotton yarns. I love working with this yarn for garments. It's very cool, it's very breezy, I don't get hot in it, so I'm very excited to use this yarn. And I think that is all that I wanted to say in the intro, so let's get to crocheting this tank top. so I brought this into my bedroom because it was really hot and sunny at my desk, and I was afraid you wouldn't be able to see this accurately. And I'm also holding the camera, so sorry if it gets a little bit shaky. But I did 2 swatches, and the first one that I did, it was with the G crochet hook, which is the 4mm hook. And I do like the tension of the stitches and how it's just a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, not drapey, because it's not like going to be a super drapey fabric because of the combination of the yarn, the stitches, and the fit, but it's just a slightly looser, obviously, than with this one, which I used an E 3.5mm crochet hook. And as much as I would like to use the G just because it's a bigger hook, so it'll go by a little bit faster, I do think I am going to use the E hook. It does create a slightly stiffer fabric, but I think ultimately that will be better. For one thing, it is a tighter fabric, and so it's not quite as holey. I don't know if you can see that well, but you can definitely see there are more holes than there are in this one. And I think that this will be better because I will stretch it, and I would like to block it so that it kind of just like stretches out, and that will be better with the tighter tension as you're stretching out those stitches. So I think I'm going to go with this one. I do really like this color with this stitch pattern though. So we got the hook all figured out. So now it is time to actually start on the top. Started this project less than 24 hours ago, and I already am on to take 2 of this project. So let me show you what I did yesterday and the things that I'm changing. So this is what I got done yesterday. So this was the first one that I did. So it starts at the underarm right here, and then it's gonna go up and around, and so I did some nice shaping up in here, and then some decreases for what will be right here, and it kind of comes up a little bit here for the straps, because I do want to attach the straps after I crochet this, just to make sure that I get the perfect length for the straps, because I don't want them to be too big or too small. With this one, I liked pretty much how everything was turning out around here, and it's kind of nice. I was having the same tank top on yesterday but a different color, and I think that this one works as a really nice guide. And again, I want it to stretch, and so the placements and everything is pretty good and I like it. The one thing that I don't like is I did make it too short. I did want it cropped, and I forgot, because I want this to have negative ease, meaning that it's going to be smaller than the circumference of my body and what it's going around. It's going to stretch, and when it stretches it loses some of the length, so it was going to be even shorter. So I was like, well, I guess we're just going to start over. I wasn't ready to quite rip this out yet, and so thankfully I'd already caked up a different skein, so I just started on the next cake, so I didn't have to rip this out yet. And this is what I got done so far yesterday on take 2, and I was going to work on this more yesterday, but by the evening I was just tired and I just wanted mindless knitting, so I worked on the sleeve of a sweater just because that was going to be easy and mindless. But the goal is to make some more progress on this today, so yeah, I just wanted to give you that update. We are already on take 2. Hopefully I can make a little bit of progress on this today. I will be going to a pool later today. I don't know if I'm going to take this to work on or if I just want to take some washcloths for just some like really mindless knitting. So we shall see, but yeah, there's the progress for now. It has been a hot minute since I have actually shown my face on camera, slash I really haven't filmed that much of me making it, just because I was gone for the last week and just really crazy, and right now I also have a cold, so doing great. But I had a little bit of time, so I thought I would update you a little bit on the progress of the tank top. So first I'm just going to show you the texture and then we'll talk a little bit about it. And I love this ribbed pattern that I came up with a couple years ago. It is just, it's so good. I love it. And so I have the front sort of done, and I'll explain why in a minute. So this is what it looks like. As you can see, it is cropped. I'm also going to block it, so I will get some more length, a little bit, not too much, but I will get a little bit of length down there, and it kind of has this nice shaping of, it's starting obviously down here and then it comes up. This is where the straps are going to be, so that's going to pull that up a little bit to give a nice curved neckline right here. So I really like how that is turning out. Exactly what I imagined. Obviously love the color. Now let's get into my issue. So if you look at this, I don't know if you can see, but this side is smaller than this side. You can kind of see it on camera. And this is the side that I started on, so it does have like the foundation stitches, so that is naturally a little bit tighter. But for some reason, this side just like flared out so much. Like, I counted the stitches multiple times and it's the exact same stitches that are on this side that is also on this side. Like, if you look, which some of it did rip out a little bit, but if you like line it up, you can see that there's all of this down here, and I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that. I think it might be my tension got a little bit looser, so I am going to go back probably to about the top over here, rip this out and redo it and work it with tighter tension, because it's like the stitches are on, like I have the right amount of stitches, but it's just like off, and it's really bugging me just like looking at it and seeing it like that. So that is the back or the front, and I also started the back, and this is what it looks like so far. So I did the same thing where I have some increases that will go, you know, like right here, which will be on the back obviously, but then I'm just going to go straight across. So really this could be, in my head, if it works out, a reversible top. Not sure if it will actually work like that, but in my head that is kind of what I'm imagining, although I will honestly probably just wear it with this as the front just because I really like that. So that's where we're at. It's still the beginning of July. It's July 6th, so we have a little bit over a month to get it done. So ideally I'll be pretty busy this weekend, so I don't know how much progress I'll make, but ideally I would like to finish it by the end of July, and then I have like 2 more weeks before the actual festival. So yeah, things are going good. And if you hold this up against the back, I'm probably like a third of the way there with the back. So, and now I don't have to like keep track of all the stitches and stuff, like what rows I need to increase, what rows I need to decrease. I'm just going straight across, so that makes that super easy. So yeah, there is my update for today. It has been a little bit since I last updated you guys. I think it's been maybe like a week. I don't even know. I don't know. But I have made so much progress, so I wanted to update you guys because I have finished my panels. Well, I think almost. I think I have maybe like 2 more rows, 1 or 2 more rows I need to do on the front, because I did end up ripping back to about here, and I crocheted with a tighter tension and it looks so much better now. I don't know what happened. I don't know what that was, but anyways, I also finished the back. So as you can see, it follows the same increases and then it just goes straight across. So I finished that. So now I'm going to block them. First I need to make sure I actually finish all the rows. I meant to finish it last night and then I got tired. So I'm not even sure. Maybe I am done because they line up really well. I don't know. But I am going to block these. So I don't want to block them out this way because over time they will stretch, and it is designed to have some negative ease. But I do want to stretch it out the long way just because blocking just helps in general with just loosening up the stitches and helping them to all loosen up and be more uniform. And I would not complain if I could get a little bit more length that way. So I'm going to check to see where I am with this, and I'm going to start blocking it. I have my coffee from Scooters. It's a drive-through coffee chain. I always get an iced white mocha, so there is that. Let's get to finishing this and then blocking. Guess what I just finished? I'm so sorry that my head is being cut off a little bit. Here, let's see if I can back this up a little bit. Okay. Oh, guess we really gotta go back. Oh well. Really cute. Really like how it fits. Super comfortable. Love the straps. Yes, I still have stitch markers and ends. Do not come at me. I'm calling this finished. I will most likely weave in all these ends like the day before I leave, because that sounds like me. But really happy with how it fits. I think it looks really good. Also, I have no idea why I am so out of breath right now. I did nothing to make me be out of breath, but here we are. I love how the neckline turned out. I think that that is really cute. That's like exactly the shape that I wanted. So something that I did decide, which I know I sort of talked about this, I was undecided if this was going to be a pattern that I was going to release this year or wait until next year, and I did decide. to wait until next year because it is already August. And there are a couple of modifications that I want to make to the pattern before I release it. So I do want to crochet another sample, and I know that that's not going to happen this year, and I won't get around to it until next year. But I decided to just take lots and lots of notes on what I did with this sample so that I can make my modifications for next year. But this is so awkward, I'm so sorry. In love with how this turned out. I'm just gonna like be in the corner. Okay, you know what, we're gonna do this because that was getting too awkward. But absolutely in love with how this turned out. I'm so happy that it came out so well, and I'm so excited to wear this to the Fiber Festival. I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to release this video before I go, so if I do, be on the lookout because I am really hoping to vlog a little bit of the festival, so you'll be able to see me in this then. And if I end up releasing this afterwards, there's going to be a vlog also coming. I guess it doesn't really matter because I would release this one first. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching a little bit of the progress of me crocheting this tank top. I had so much fun crocheting this top, and yeah, be on the lookout for this pattern coming spring summer of 2024. That seems so far off, but I know that it's not, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, I hope you all have a lovely and cozy day, and I will see you in the next video.